Now to the main subject that I actually wanted to talk about. No, I don't think anybody that I know of is talking about this because everybody is trying to Trump. Okay, so here's the main subject of the situation. Here's the meat and potatoes. Here's something that you actually like want to hear. Here's something that no matter what political party you are part of, you are going to be aggravated beyond belief. Listen to me when I say this. If I'm not mistaken, if I actually read it correctly, 95 years worth of Looney Tunes stuff is gone. It's gone. Yeah, that's not okay. What I'm going to say about it is the fact that I wanted to get Max. HBO Max is what it was previously known as. But I wanted to get Max, right? And the only reason why I was planning to actually get Max was literally because they had Looney Tunes. They had that stuff on there, and I wanted it, right? Couldn't get it. Or, well, can't get it anymore. Why can I not get it anymore? Well, let me just tell you a little something. Let me spin you a little yarn. So, apparently, due to Warner Brothers literally giving the up on the entirety of just Looney Tunes everything in general, which now that I think about it is really dumb. But either way, they completely gave up on Looney Tunes, so they just casually made a movie. What was that movie? I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, it was like The End of the World or something like that. It was called... Actually, let me see if I can get the thing. Oh, that entire... Okay, I wonder... I know it's on Edge. I know it opened up on Edge because, still defaulted. Here we go. Okay. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. That was a 2D animated movie that was expected to release in 2021. And because, I don't know about you, but I've never heard about it. I never heard about that. Yeah, that straight up never really got out there at all. And it only made like 30 million something dollars. Let me just scroll down here. Okay, the amount was a measly $3.2 million. That movie grossed $3.2 million. Even if Space Jam 2 was an absolute flop, the weekend that Space Jam 2 came out in 2021, it achieved $31.6 million in the US. And that 2021 release, which I'm actually specifically talking about The Day the Earth Blew Up, that Looney Tunes movie. The only reason why nobody knows about it is because it wasn't something that wanted to actually be talked about whatsoever from what I'm getting. And that is absolutely terrible. Like the Coyote versus Acme, that, I don't know if that's a movie or something like that, but either way, whoa. Okay, so yeah, that movie will most likely never see the light of day. It was due to hit theaters July 21st of 2023. In just this decade alone, we had 2 Looney Tunes movies that I'm pretty sure so many people would have been up for, because, I mean, especially the 2021 one, the Day the Earth Blew Up. Dude, so many people would have been up for that because that's a 2D animated movie. It literally looks like classic Looney Tunes. Who wouldn't have said yes to that? I believe so many people would have said yes to that. It would be unbelievable, right? So many people would have bought it and stuff like that. But the only reason why nobody knows that it exists was because Warner Brothers didn't put out any kind of advertisement for it whatsoever. They literally did absolutely nothing, which is why it gained only a measly, and I will say measly, $3.2 million. I mean, in the film industry, $3.2 million is absolutely nothing. You literally made like a freaking college film that somehow gained a slight bit of popularity, and that's a max. And you had an entire film that was literally... It might as well have been completely abandoned because Warner Brothers, just in general, literally just wanted to give up the entirety of Looney Tunes because I don't even know why. They didn't even explain it in the article that I got all of this from. So what I'm seeing is that Warner Brothers was leaning toward more adult related content instead of child-friendly content, even if some of the short films or tunes or whatever you want to call them, some of the Looney Tunes episodes were clearly, more for not really mature intended audiences, but they were actually more for like all walks of life kinds of things. And that is kind of a little bit odd, if I do say so myself. Which, yes, it is very weird. So, yeah, I do personally think that the entirety of Warner Brothers needs to rethink their things. And surprisingly, at the end of this statement, let's see. Where does this start? Okay, one fan was spotted campaigning for Coyote vs. Acme's worldwide distribution outside Warner Brothers Studios, dressed as Wile E. Coyote. Others have been very vocal about their dislike of the classic cartoons being removed from Max, urging the decision to be debated within the U.S. government itself. If fans continue to make their voices heard, Warner Brothers may recognize the value of the Looney Tunes series and give the famous cartoon saga the respect that it deserves. And I do very much believe, it has literally been around for 95 years. It should very much be a respected cartoon saga. Like, you got all the movies, you got all the shows, you got all those cartoons. Like, literally, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know why in this thing they count them as short films, but they count them as short films. But either way, these tunes, these freaking cartoons, these Looney Tunes, need to obviously be put out there back on Max, because that is the only reason, personally, like in my personal opinion, that would literally be the only reason why I would actually get Max, because there was this show called the Looney Tunes Show, and it literally had like almost the same exact like comedy as like regular Looney Tunes, right? And I'm pretty sure it had like some of the same voice actors as well. And I'm pretty sure that that show was released in 2014, the Looney Tunes Show. And that was a very good show. But one magical day, it got shut down right after a Christmas episode that they made. Like, seriously, the Looney Tunes Show had a Christmas episode, and right after that, they never were a thing ever again. And it was a really good show. Every single episode, absolute banger. Just like Looney Tunes itself. Just like the main series itself. Absolute bangers. Non-stop, right? And the thing that could have literally made them a freaking gold mine and a half, which is most recently, apparently, actually no, I would say their biggest gold mine of Looney Tunes relation, besides Space Jam 2, was quite literally the day the freaking world blew up, or whatever it was. I am blanking on the name again. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Again, that was a 2D movie. It was literally, that movie itself was literally made to look like old style Looney Tunes. And it could have very much gotten a ton of popularity if they just did something about it and actually had commercials for it or anything. I never saw anything about this movie. I only saw stuff about Space Jam 2. And that's the only thing that I saw. And the fact that they could have literally pumped out 2 movies in the same year, and they didn't do that because Space Jam 2 was apparently a better option. No, it wasn't. They literally downsized Lola Bunny like no to freaking Morrow. Let's be real. They didn't have to literally show disrespect toward the entire design of a character that was initially this, and then they went towards something else. An absolute just crime, I personally think. But seriously, I mean, they could have done so much better, and they decided not to. And this is what we have to deal with nowadays. So, what I'm saying is, share this freaking video around, get people riled up, get people to understand that why is Looney Tunes not on Max anymore? Get him back on a freaking streaming platform so somebody can actually watch all those episodes again. Like your boy right here. I want to watch all the freaking Looney Tunes episodes. I don't care what they freaking have. I already know that it's aimed toward a specific audience when it comes to Looney Tunes stuff, and I don't care. And you guess what? I'm going to watch it all. You know why? Because it's a good show. That's all I have to say. I think I have my point across pretty well. And I'm glad the video footage, I was not looking at the freaking video game stuff. But either way, you got all that I had. I don't think it recorded any of the in-game audio. I don't think I really need to worry about that. My freaking Elgato is not even like registering in OBS. I already talked about this. But either way, hopefully I got my point across. And I understand it's been a while. I don't know what's going to be happening in the future. I'm going to be completely honest. It's a little bit unpredictable. I'm not going to lie. But either way, have a good rest of your day.